This game is presented to you in parts by the Frankfort Eagles, Post 976. They are people helping people. By Day and Ginda Funeral Home, proud supporters of high school athletics in Clinton and Carroll County. By the healthy communities of Clinton County, making the healthy choice the easy choice.
By FiberHawk, fast, affordable FiberHawk.
By the Farmers Bank, where you don't have to be a farmer to be a farmer. Let's grow. By the Willow Creek Barn, providing a picturesque setting for the barn wedding of your dreams. And by Tornado Roofing, specializing in residential and commercial roofing and repair.
Good evening and welcome inside beautiful Case Arena tonight. It is a matchup and a battle for Clinton County as the Clinton Prairie Gophers have traveled to Frankfort to take on the Frankfort Hot Dogs. You see the records on the screen, 9-12 for Clinton Prairie. Frankfort off to an amazing start at 16-8 this season, joined by Laura Archibald. I am Sean Walker, and we appreciate you tuning in with us here this evening on the ISC Sports Network in cooperation with Hot Dog TV. And Laura, tonight, it is a night where Healthy Communities of Clinton County is our presenting sponsor. It's one of our mental health awareness nights. That's why you will see all the players rocking the yellow T-shirts out there tonight with the smiley faces in their pregame warm-ups.
Yeah, it's an exciting night, not only a county rival matchup, but also a mental health game. The smiley faces on the front and the positive message of you matter a lot on the back.
Tonight's pregame show is brought to us by the Farmers Bank. Let's grow. As we get rolling in our pregame show here this evening, let's talk about a couple of players to watch. First up, for the Clinton Prairie Gophers, it's Abby Swan. That's really where they start with their attack.
It is. I mean, she is for sure their offensive leader, not just offense, honestly, with the kills, but she also is setting for them halfway around. They run a 6-2 offense, and she sets opposite of Hailey Wilson, so is involved in the offense at all times for the Gophers.
Yeah, Abby leads the team in kills, assists, blocks, and digs, all four of those categories. The only major statistical category she doesn't lead in is aces, and there's a couple of players that we'll talk about. They've been doing a great job serving later as the game rolls around. On the other side, for the Frankfort Hot Dogs tonight, we went with Lily Rockhold, the sophomore. She's a big hitter here for Frankfort, and man, she brings the dynamite when she swings.
She does, and she is the primary hitter for the Hot Dogs, but not the only hitter, and it's so amazing how spread out and even this Frankfort offense is this year, and that's a huge testament to how great they've done and such a strong record this year. But it opens things up for Rockhold because there are so many good hitters. It just opens things up because they are not able to key in on her as a blocker. So Rockhold having 266 kills coming into this match just shows you how great she is as an offensive leader.
And tonight we're going to do an X Factor because we feel like we need to. This is a county matchup, and there's an X Factor in tonight's game. You talked about the multiple hitters from Frankfort. Well, there's a player that gets them the ball and puts them in the right position, and it's Jalen Smith for Frankfort.
Yeah, I think the X Factor tonight is Jalen Smith. I think if you're Clinton Prairie, that's the player you're worried about because Frankfort goes as Jalen Smith goes. If you do a good job taking Jalen Smith out of the game, if you're Clinton Prairie, that really upsets that well-spread equal offense for Frankfort. I think that has to be the number one goal for Clinton Prairie is to make Jalen Smith play defense so then she cannot be setting up that really high-fueled Frankfort offense.
Yeah, we've seen her all season long be so good for these Hot Dogs and having a fantastic junior year. And you know, there's some senior leadership on both sides of the floor for both of these teams, but there's some youth movements as well. We will talk more about those players as the night rolls on. We'll also get you a ton of statistics. We'll talk about 988, the text to dial number that's been set up for the suicide prevention hotline, and mental health and all kinds of wonderful stuff headed your way here tonight on the ISC Sports Network in cooperation with Hot Dog TV. We'll step aside for the national anthem, and when we come back, we'll get some volleyball started right here on ISC.
At Tornado Roofing, we provide a complete range of services defined by quality, innovation, and expertise. We offer free estimates, have financing available, and handle insurance claims. Tornado Roofing is more than a name. It's a family-owned and operated business known for its committed customer service and expectation of going beyond our clients' needs. Our work is backed by a customer satisfaction guarantee to provide you with peace of mind. For more information, visit tornadoroof.com or call 670-6440. At Tornado Roofing, we believe in putting a strong roof over your head.
Welcome to the Willow Creek Barn, where nature's beauty meets rustic elegance. From the moment you arrive on the property, you'll notice every detail is finely crafted to provide you with the dream wedding you've always dreamt about. From carriage and trolley rides to breathtaking aerial views via our hot air balloon, the Willow Creek Barn offers unforgettable moments that will last you a lifetime. For more information about our packages and availability, visit thewillowcreekbarn.com.
Former WNBA star Katie Douglas Poe is now the owner of fitness franchises that help people get healthier and more active. And even though she comes from the world of elite athletics, Katie's favorite customers are the ones pursuing modest goals. We're proud to provide her with that same kind of personal support and individual attention to her finances, which is why, when it comes to her banking, Katie is a farmer. The Farmers Bank. Let's grow.
Frankfort Eagles 976, serving with the community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, Frankfort Eagles offers something for everyone. Golf leagues, bingo, concerts, kid parties, cookouts, and more. For more information on who we are and what we do, visit FOE.com or stop by Frankfort Eagles at 408 North Main Street, Frankfort, Indiana.
Welcome back to Case Arena, tonight's site for the IHSA volleyball matchup between the Clinton Prairie Gophers and the Frankfort Hot Dogs. First up, our starting lineup for the Clinton Prairie Gophers. It'll be Taylor Hornbeck, Hailey Wilson, Bella White, Brooklyn Morris, Natalie King, Abby Swan, and the libero, Campbell Carter. For head coach Kathy Martin and the Clinton Prairie Gophers. On the other side tonight for the Frankfort Hot Dogs, Lily Rockhold, Ella McAtee, Morgan Harrington, Justine Thomas, Jalen Smith, Addie Keck, and Caroline Queen. Queen, the libero here, and you look down through the starting lineup for Frankfort. You got a sophomore, a couple of juniors, a couple of sophomores actually in that starting lineup.
And we have two sophomore liberos, one for both teams.
Yeah.
And it's interesting, we have a young libero also at Clinton Central this year, so really neat that our defensive specialists kind of along the county, all very young. I like to see that. It bodes well for the county for defense for the next few years, so that's always an exciting thing to watch.
For the Gophers, normally wearing red and black uniforms, tonight they are wearing purple. Tell me about that.
So purple is the mental health color, awareness color, so teams can wear a special colored jersey one match a year, and Clinton Prairie has chosen to wear their purple jerseys for mental health tonight.
That's awesome. You see the spotlights out tonight. If you think this isn't a big game, you're crazy, because we have probably one of the best crowd turnouts I've seen at Case Arena in quite some time for a volleyball match tonight. The students from both schools have showed up, and look at the line that the Frankfort Hot Dogs get ready to run through under the spotlight here.
Yeah, and the band is here. The students are excited. Students from both schools have shown up, and really just an electric atmosphere here tonight.
I even saw the Frankfort mascot running around here tonight.
This is really what you want to see when you have a county rivalry. You want to see families involved, students involved, just a lot of fun for everybody involved. Throwing the mental health t-shirts out in the crowd. This is what we like to see, is families and students getting involved.
Now, if you're Frankfort, you got to be careful, because that student section winds all the way around to the net. Somebody might clothesline themselves there at the end of that.
We don't want anybody getting hurt.
But what a lot. This has got to be fun for a player to run through that tunnel and hear the crowd cheer and show up for you on a night like tonight.
Such a neat gym to play in anyway.
Frankfort's play this season has kind of electrified their home fans here at 16-8. They've been a team that we saw it coming. We saw it kind of trending this direction the last couple of years, and we said it during the alumni games where we brought the 4 schools together and the old timers, we'll call them. We got together to play some volleyball, and we said Frankfort's probably the team out of the county this year to look out for.
They definitely are, and we said it last year. Their record was not indicative of the team that they were and the potential that they had. You know, they were just points away in so many matches, and their record so easily could have been, you know, the opposite of what it was, and we knew they were going to be the team to watch this year.
Now for the Gophers, do not take them lightly. 9-12, they're hovering right around that 500 mark, just under, but they play such a tough schedule. I mean, they play the who's who of volleyball every season.
They do, and here's the thing about the Gophers is when they play well, they are fantastic.
Yeah.
They're just inconsistent. So you can see the first game this week against Central Catholic.
Amazing.
They were amazing. And they just are very inconsistent. So when they play well, they can beat anyone, and I do mean anyone. So it's just getting that consistency out of them, game in, game out, and that's where they've really struggled.
Our officials tonight brought to us by Day and Ginda Funeral Homes. It's Felicia DeWitt and Sunday Mills.
I would say the polar opposite of Frankfort is consistency has been one of their strengths this year.
Sure.
They have been more consistent this year than they've been for several years in a row here.
The one thing that Frankfort needs to do, because they've consistently gotten off to slower starts, they've kind of found their rhythm. By the time they get into game 2 and game 3, they're dominating this year. But game 1 has been that one where they leave the door open a little bit, and the Gophers are quick starters.
Yes, that's what I was going to say. I think opposite would ring true for Clinton Prairie. They have tended to be quick start teams. So this could be interesting in game 1.
That first set and kill there, a little too long for the Gophers. First point of the match heads to the Frankfort Hot Dogs. It's Morgan Harrington, the senior, on the service line. That one knocked across there by White. And then we get a whistle here, a double hit from Frankfort. Point to the Gophers. We're all knotted up at 1 apiece. And now the senior Natalie King heads back to the service line.
That's the type of play you want, that Clinton Prairie wants to see happen. They took that ball to Jalen Smith, made her play defense. Then on that second hit, you got a double hit. That's the game plan. I can tell you we're going to see that consistently happen all night long if Prairie can execute their game plan.
Natalie King had such a strong serving night against Taylor last week on our airwaves. She starts out her first serve here tonight with an ace, but there's the player to watch from Frankfort, Lily Rockhold. She'll get her first kill of the night. Set here from Swan. Punched across there by Hornbeck. Campbell, they go to Hailey Wilson, and she's just a little long of the court there. Hailey dealing with a little bit of leg soreness. You can see that thigh area taped up.
She's had a lot of illness and just some nagging injuries so far this year. You always hate that when they're seniors. You like to see them have a strong, injury-free season.
Rockhold sends it to the backcourt here. Free ball opportunity for the Gophers. White unable to punch it across. 4 hits. A point now to Frankfort. We told you tonight is a mental health awareness night. That's why you see, obviously, the Gophers, they're rocking the purple. We saw the teams in the warm-up, yellow shirts. On the back, there's a great message. It says, "You matter a lot." It's not just you matter. We're building on that. You matter a lot. And I love the smiley faces on the front.
I say they're the Forrest Gump shirts because they remind me of the scene in Forrest Gump when he wipes his face on the yellow shirts.
I was going to let you get us in trouble for copyright infringement. Both head coaches rocking those shirts tonight. I'm sure we'll get some good looks of them as the night goes on. Again, this hit from Wilson a little too strong. The Gophers falling behind early here in game number 1. Ella McAtee at the service line for Frankfort. That's where she's been really strong this season. You know it's okay to have some youthful players in key positions when you've got seniors that can help lead from the service line, and you see that a lot with especially McAtee and Harrington for Frankfort, and we get an early timeout. This first timeout is brought to us by the Willow Creek Barn. Attention all engaged couples. Discovered by the Willow Creek Barn has been voted the Knott's Best of Weddings for 4 years in a row. Nestled just outside of Frankfort, Indiana, the venue offers stunning indoor and outdoor ceremony options with breathtaking photo opportunities. Make sure that you go to the website at willowcreekbarn.com and start planning your unforgettable day today. We also want to talk about 988. That is a number that was instituted here a year or two ago. It is basically replaced the long 1-800 number for the suicide prevention hotline. You see it there on your screen. You can text to that number. You can dial that number and talk to somebody. They are there for you, and it is 24/7, 365. Tell me a little bit more about this initiative.
Yeah, so 988, you can get it online by calling or by texting. We were very careful to lobby for that texting part, especially for our adolescents. We know they like to text versus calling people. And it is virtually the 911 for mental health. So it is the crisis line for mental health. You can call, text for yourself or for someone you're worried about. So you can dial or text that number or get online. They have a counselor, licensed clinician counselor on call 24/7.
See a big kill there from Rockhold, and to build on what you were just saying about that, last year was basically the second year of 988, and statistics showed that the text messages through that number increased by over 1,000%. That is crazy. Chats answered increased over 100%, and phone calls were up 46%. So it is definitely working.
It is working, and of course, when anything's new, you have to get the word out there. But once that word was out and people learned about it, they have definitely utilized that service.
Another statistic I read was over 50% of the people that call or text or chat have felt better after the conversation has happened, and it's worked. It's done what it is intended to do.
It has. It has been a very, very successful launch of 988. Indiana was the first state to initiate and launch 988. It has spread to many other states since then, but we were the first state to launch it, and it has been very, very successful here. And we're really proud of all the success it's had here and all of the difference that it is making.
Substitution here is Brett Knocker will come in to serve. Bella White will come out in rotation. That is Ellie Brett Knocker, number 4 for the Gophers, another sophomore that seeing quite a bit of playing time this year.
A very good server leads the Gophers in aces.
We've seen both teams really kind of nail down their rotations. I about got this figured out now, what they like to do.
If you're Clinton Prairie, you just have to cut down on those unforced errors. Frankfort's had some really nice hits on offense, but Clinton Prairie has made more than their fair share of errors.
Smith goes to Keck. Keck drives it home. You see Jalen right there. You said she was the X factor, and you can see why. She's really spreading the ball around here early on.
And you saw the two blockers. I mean, they weren't up at the same time. It looks like jumping jacks out there. And that's because they have no idea who and when she's going to set where. And that's goes to the strength of Jalen Smith and the strength of the offense for Frankfort. They have 2 to 3 hitters at all times who can put the ball on the floor.
That was a great play by Hailey Wilson at the net there to get up, get her hand on the ball, and really stop that kill opportunity for Keck at the net.
So athletic.
This serve a little long. She's been a little extra power here tonight so far in Case Arena. Her kills have been long, that serve long.
Yeah, and
maybe ate too much Wheaties before she came to the game.
Yeah.
Smith on the serve. The Gophers unable to play that one. A lift called there. 13-5, so No slow start for the Hot Dogs here tonight. They have come out firing on all cylinders.
I would say this is the best start we've seen them have this season.
Big kill from Abby Swan in the middle. She says, hang on, I can hit it hard myself. Check me out.
Just set me up. Just give me a chance. And you notice what side of the court she hit that to. If it was going to be Doug, it was going to have to be Jalen Smith. She was going to make somebody else set that ball.
This one here to Thomas. Well played by Perez. And then Swan again just dinks that one across, gets the point for the Gophers. Alexis Perez, the freshman's been getting a lot of time here lately in rotation. She's looked good.
She was a player who didn't get a lot of playing time early in the season, but as the season's progressed, she's playing more and more, and she's really playing solid.
Another kill for Swan, 3 straight points. The Gophers, we've seen them do this a few times this year where they've fallen behind by large margins, but they've been able to fight back and get into it. And an ace here. McAtee unable to handle that serve. This is Campbell Carter, the sophomore libero at the service line.
You see Frankfort changed their serve reception up just a little bit.
I should say for the Gophers, I said Campbell from Frankfort, but that's because her parents are Frankfort grads and they're in attendance tonight. It's got to be kind of weird for them, right?
Yes.
Rockhold checking back in. Queen will come out, rocking the pink libero jersey this evening. Now just a 3-point game. You got to think if the Gophers are able to find one more, you might see a timeout from Coach Rushton. That one a little strong. That stops the Gopher run.
One thing I love to see out of Campbell Carter, she does a really great job if the setter plays the first ball. She does a great job stepping in there and setting that ball on the second hit.
Swan dinks that one across. Good diving effort by a couple of Hot Dogs in Thomas and McAtee.
If you're the Gophers, you hate to see Swan going to the back row. She had 5 kills across the front there and got the Gophers back in this game.
That was something last year that we noticed a lot, was when Swan went to the back row, the Gophers really struggled. This year they've done a better job with her in the back row.
Excellent dig by Hailey Wilson.
Gophers just got to play it across. Free ball opportunity here. Thomas sets middle.
Nice block by Bella White.
That was Mowdy that time. And then they go to Rockhold, and she's able to sneak it in just in the corner. Morgan Harrington back to serve. Harrington sends it across to Perez. At the net, Bella White. Her game has started to come along this season as well. She's really grown into her own. I thought, we said that she was the Clinton County Player of the Game the other night against Central Catholic, and the main reason was because of how well she played in that first game. She was blocking everything.
She has improved. I would give her the most improved player from last year to this year on the Gopher squad. She has cleaned her game up and reduced her unforced errors so much. She has done a really, really nice job for the Gophers.
Natalie King with the ace there. I thought we were going to see one bounce in the goal. I don't think I've ever seen that come that close at Frankfort here. Swan on the set, goes middle to White. Queen there. Smith on the set, goes to Rockhold. Rockhold hammers it home, and you see the elation as they push the lead back to 3.
Right there was that little thing Jalen Smith does that people don't recognize. She pulled Lily Rockhold in off of that block, so there was no one in front of her. Not a soul.
Able to sneak that one across are the Hot Dogs. Now a 4-point lead. Again, raucous crowd here tonight. Good turnout.
Maddie Keck has had a really nice game one also.
Agree, right there in the middle. That was her on that swing there. Queen, Smith, Rockhold. And that time Rockhold didn't have to put a ton on it, just find the open space. Now we get a whistle.
We don't know the call here.
We're going to have a conversation.
Someone was in the net.
Yeah, while they talk it over, we want to tell you about Mulberry Telecommunications. I'm going to be the first to welcome you to the Fiberhood. Mintel Fiber Optic Services offers super fast, reliable internet with gigabit speed, streaming TV packages, and voice solutions. Sign up today at mintel.net or call 296-2885 for more information. And they actually ruled the call in favor of the Gophers.
I did think it was Frankfort in the net on the swing through, but I wasn't for sure.
Rockhold earns the point right back for Frankfort. It's back to a 4-point lead.
And our players to watch are not disappointing.
Not at all.
When they are on the front row, they are dominating.
That was one of the harder kills I've seen Bella White have this season.
That was a nice swing.
That one punched across by Wilson. She said, all right, when I really let it rip, I'm hitting it too hard, I'll just go ahead and take a little off this one and punch it across.
And sometimes that's what you have to do, just to get your rhythm back, get your mojo, get a couple swings in, and then swing away the next time.
Brett Knocker in to serve for the Gophers. Smith really having to work to get to that one. Good hustle. This one lands out just wide of the court. It is now a 2-point game.
And this is a strong rotation for the Gophers.
Timeout taken by Coach Kia Rushton. This timeout brought to us by Ardente Dental. They offer high-tech dentistry with a personal touch. Whether you're a brand new patient or been with them for years, they're here to serve you. Give them a call at 654-7222 or visit them online at ardentedental.com. Ardente Dental, we bring smiles to life. Laura, with 988 being there, there's also another tool that's available here in Clinton County. Can you tell me a little bit about OpenChair and what it is?
Yeah, so OpenChair is a group of 3 counselors who used to be school counselors who see both adults and adolescents. They're located in the Healthy Communities building at 123 Rossville Avenue. They do take private insurance and private pay. It's been nice that they've opened that practice up, and they've really taken a lot of burden off of the other practitioners. Unfortunately, we do have a mental health provider shortage, so having 3 more clinicians in Clinton County has been a great thing, and they are accepting new patients. So if you are private pay or private insurance, that is somewhere that you can get in a lot quicker.
The Gophers hold it to within 1, and then Justine Thomas hammers that one home for the Hot Dogs and pushes the lead back to 2. This is Ashley Zhang into serve here for the Hot Dogs. The race to 25 here in game number 1. There was an opening there. Someone was trying to find the angle.
If that was over, that was a kill. It just didn't get over the net, but that angle was for sure there. Nobody
there to help Carter. After the serve, now the lead back to 4. Coach Martin talking to her assistants there on the bench.
Nice block.
That
4
kill
hits.
From, kill from Smith into the top of the net there. Blockers in position. 21-8. Perez comes in. King comes out. Now Hailey Wilson from the service line. And she gets an ace. What an entertaining first game this has been so far. It looked like early on Frankfort was going to run away with it. Gophers have clawed their way back, though.
They have, and they're in the position they want to be. They have Abby Swan in the front row right now.
Brett Knocker able to track it down. Now Wilson plays to keep it in. The set here goes to Thomas.
Nice dig by Brett Knocker.
Abby Swan with a tough kill, and then, wow, Jalen Smith was flying into the bleachers there. Queen was trying to get over there and navigate around coaches, and Smith just said reckless abandon and just dove in there. My goodness,
Shows
1
you
point
how
game.
much they want to win this game.
We go back to Thomas. She puts a good swing. The return out of bounds. Frankfort back in front by 2. Even though the Gophers have fought their way back, they have never led in this one after Frankfort took that commanding lead. Jalen Smith at the service line. Point for Frankfort, 23-20. And we get a timeout here. Coach Martin realizing this one's starting to slip here late in game number 1. At the 988 Suicide and Crisis Lifeline, we understand that life's challenges can sometimes be difficult. Whether you're facing mental health struggles, emotional distress, alcohol or drug use concerns, or just need someone to talk to, our caring counselors are here for you. You are not alone. And there it is, the 988 on the screen. Again, you can call it, you can text it.
And you can utilize it online as well.
You know, you mentioned earlier there being a shortage of counselors, and even 988, when they rolled it out, they realized right away, like, some of the wait times are starting to get up there. They have worked really hard to crunch that back down. It's down to like 45 seconds now.
It is.
That you may wait on hold before a counselor can get to you.
Yeah, and they will. They do answer right away. Even if there's a little wait for a counselor, they will put someone on the call with you until that counselor gets on the line with you.
And that's awesome. I read, too, that they realized that they may have to roll them over to another state temporarily just to make sure that they get to somebody right away. And I love the forward thinking of that. Mm-hmm. Always having a solution. 24-20. Clinton Prairie trying to find a solution right now to keep this game 1 alive. They go to Swan, and I'd say that's a pretty good idea.
Yep, that's a good way to keep this game alive, is by going to Swan.
Campbell Carter back at the service line. She rattled off 3 or 4 straight points earlier when she was back there. They need that again from her right here. Frankfort trying to close this one out. And they do. It's Ella McAtee with the left hand that time. Punches it across for Frankfort. They take game number 1, 25-21. We'll step aside. Right after these messages from our sponsors, we'll be back with more volleyball from Case Arena.
Healthy Communities of Clinton County is committed to reduce the risk factors contributing to chronic disease, including health disparities by decreasing stigma and encouraging positive changes. HCCC is here for the community with systems of care navigators, insurance assistance, prenatal classes, mental health programs, substance use prevention, and more. To help make the healthy choice the easy choice, contact us at 659-6063 or through our website, healthyclintoncounty.org.
At Day and Gannett Funeral Home, we know the importance of family. Being a family-owned funeral home, we pride ourselves in giving the care and love to you and your loved one as if you were part of our own family. With a compassionate staff that takes pride in fulfilling all the details to celebrate the life of your loved one in a unique and special way, you can be sure that your services will be meaningful and memorable. When you suffer loss in your family, let our family take care of your family. Dangan Funeral Home, putting family first.
Welcome back here to Case Arena. Frankfort Hot Dogs take game number 1, 25-21 over county rival Clinton Prairie. Joined by Laura Archibald, I'm Sean Walker, and this game 2 tonight brought to us by the Farmers Bank, where they like helping everyone grow from business owners running multi-million-dollar companies to first-timers just opening a savings account. They draw on over 140 years of history to honor the principles of personal connection and individual attention that have been there since the founding in 1876. And that's why you don't have to be a farmer to be a farmer. Let's grow. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. Tonight, a mental health awareness game brought to us by Healthy Communities of Clinton County. And the latest statistics, Laura, show that females suffer more than males when it comes to suicide ideation and mental health. However, males are less likely to reach out for help.
Correct. So especially in adolescence.
Yeah.
So especially once you hit that middle school age, females actually have more ideation. Unfortunately, there's still a lot of stigma attached for those males, and they're much less likely to reach out for help than females are. And that doesn't change, even with age. So we always say, you know, the girls are more likely to talk about it, but it doesn't mean that the boys don't need the assistance too. So make sure you're keeping an eye on your sons and your daughters.
And that's one of the best parts going back to 988 is it's completely confidential. Not only are the people that you're talking to trained to help you, but it's completely 100% confidential. You can speak to someone and not have to feel like you're being judged because they understand what you're going through. They've been trained to help you through your crisis.
Absolutely. And, you know, there's so many options now for mental health services, and many of those, all of them are confidential, but many of them are also online. A lot of our teens do a lot of their support groups online, and they love it because, you know, the other kids are on there are from Minnesota and California and, you know, New York, and they're never going to see those kids in the hallway, and so they can say what they feel and what they think, and they're not worried about seeing those kids tomorrow at school. And so we have all those kind of resources available, and you can give us a call at Healthy Communities of Clinton County, and we can get you connected to those resources. Our number is 765-659-6063.
And you guys can also help, like, steer in the right direction for insurance and stuff too, right? I mean, so if they find a licensed therapist that they like to go to, you guys can assist with making sure they take their type of insurance if they have it.
Absolutely.
Am I speaking of that correctly?
Correct. And if they don't have insurance, we can help get them insurance. So we have health insurance navigators that can help get them signed up for insurance as well.
2-1 early here in game number 2. The Gophers a little disjointed here to start. They fall behind by 2, 3-1 now.
And if you're Clinton Prairie, just have to settle in a little and don't be reactive just because you lost game 1. That tends to be what happens. They play great in game 1 and then they kind of fall apart. They need to just settle in, stick to their game plan. It was very close in game 1, and just continue to play solid.
Oh, a miss hit there from Wilson and gives the point to Frankfort. The lead now 3. Ella McEntee, who finished off with that kill in game 1, at the service line here for Frankfort. Bella White,
great hit,
continues to improve as the season goes along, and she's really starting to be a standout here for the Gophers.
I'll be honest, if you would have told me at the beginning of the season she would be the second person in kills on that team, I probably would have thought you were crazy. But she has just been solid for the Gophers this year. So improved. Just really proud of Bella.
Gophers there in position for the block, but no one home after Abby Swan tried to make the pass.
Yeah, great dig by Abby, but that next player's got to step up and be ready to set that ball.
Wilson dinks this one across.
Nice dig by Justine Thomas.
Rockhold just a little long there. Again, great turnout here at Frankfort High School. Love to see this at Case Arena on a Thursday night. Volleyball season is getting closer to its finale. Good save, Hailey Wilson.
Yeah, nice dig by Natalie King as well. Good
Swan
block.
there, yeah. A tip there from Keck. Thomas drives it home for Frankfort. Man, it feels like a lot of contribution from so many different players on both sides of the net tonight. I mean, we're really seeing a team game from both of these teams.
Just such a consistent, spread out offense, especially from the Hot Dogs.
Ashley Zhang back to serve. Jump serve handled there by Brett Knocker. And then this time Swan powers it off the block. Earns the point for the Gophers. Substitution as Perez comes in, King comes out. I love, too, the student section across from Frankfort. A bunch of them have the yellow shirts on, you see. Other ones have on the beach attire, but the fatheads. It's the fatheads of the girls when they were babies.
I love the fatheads.
Great pass there from Smith to Mouty. Not to be confused with Moody.
Which we do get confused on occasion.
On occasion. Chloe Mouty with the kill there.
Great hit by her. Hit that corner spot. Such a hard place to defend out of the middle. Doesn't have to be hard, just has to be in those corners.
Swan with a nice job on that serve because that thing really died when it came over the net. Good serve receive there from the Gophers. Now Hornbeck checks in. Brooklyn Morris comes out. Campbell Carter back to serve.
Nice dig.
Perez stays out of the net. What a great job by the freshman tight walking there.
She did.
Gonna go to Thomas. This
Out.
one wide. Gophers right there, 7-6 to score.
Great body control there by Perez. You got to remember, we're talking a freshman.
Yeah. I can't do that at 45, let alone when I was 14 or 15 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Swan winds up. Rockhold dig.
Nice dig by Campbell Carter. Nice.
The vision from Swan.
That's the play she was looking for earlier. She has been fantastic on offense tonight.
Again, it's almost like us broadcasters know what we're talking about when we pick our players to watch in our X Factors. It might help that the stats are on Max Preps. It's pretty easy to pull off there and say, hey, these are probably the
Doesn't
ones to
hurt.
watch. But anytime I can take credit for something, I try to, right?
That's true. That was a great play by Taylor Hornbeck. She went right over Jalen Smith's head, and that was one of those things that's the game plan. Make Jalen Smith play offense so that she can't run the offense, or play defense so she can't run the offense. And it wasn't hard. She just took it at her, so that was a good job.
Gophers lead by 2. Good back and forth battle tonight.
They seem to play well when Campbell Carter is at the serving line.
Thomas. That one off the top of the tape. Now a timeout taken by the Hot Dogs. Coach Rushton wants to talk this one over. This timeout brought to us by Tornado Roofing. If you need quality work from a qualified roofing company, then they're the ones to call. They've helped countless clients keep their property protected while saving time and money, and they knew they can do the same for you. They offer free estimates, financing, and even handle insurance claims. Give them a call at 765-670-6440 or visit tornadoroof.com for more information. So, Laura, each year when we do these mental health games, there's always a cool t-shirt that goes along with it. This year, it's the smiley face, it's the Forrest Gump vibe. There's always a message on the back. Sometimes it's You Matter. This year, it's You Matter a lot. Tell me about what goes behind picking the messages.
So the Youth Rise Youth Leadership Council, they pick the shirts and the messages every year. And the You Matter a lot, it was like, you matter, yeah, everybody matters, but you matter a lot. Like, they wanted to step it up a little bit. Just like You Matter wasn't enough to them, right? It was You Matter a lot. And one of the things that they talked about was the smiley face is just like the positive messaging, right? Like, it's hard to be in a bad mood when you have this big, bright, yellow smiley face shirt and when you have a whole sea of them. And, you know, we see these shirts everywhere all the time. And like, it's kind of like a Where's Waldo thing for us now. Like, we spot them everywhere all over the place and people wearing them. And so, you know, it's a funny thing with the kids. They're always like, you know, who can be in a bad mood when you have like bright yellow smiley face shirts? And
and it's because everybody's smiling at you. If you have that shirt on, they're smiling because your shirt is making them smile.
Right.
And you can't give somebody a dirty look when they're smiling at you, right?
Exactly. I always say kill them with kindness. I mean, how much kinder does it get than a bright yellow smiley face shirt?
I'll tell you what kill wasn't kind is that last swing from Abby Swan. Now, there is a discussion here. I think they are questioning whether or not she was into the net on her follow-through. I thought the ball hit the top of the net. I didn't think it was her hand.
I agree.
There was so much force behind that one, though. We've seen this a couple times tonight where the officials have gotten together, and you want them to make the right call here. A lot riding on this, bragging rights.
The thing is, that's the up officials' call. Yep, they made the right call. It's really not for the down official to signal.
Carter on the serve. Smith goes to McAtee.
Oh, nice up.
Taylor Hornbeck was there for part of the block and then had to play the next shot as well. Yes. Gophers scrambling there. Good job by the Hot Dogs to stop that run.
It was a good heads-up play by Hornbeck.
Taylor, one of the 5 seniors on this Clinton Prairie squad this year. The Hot Dogs with 5 seniors as well. We'll try to make sure we get you a shot because just above the student section back there tonight, there's some really cool banners that have been hanging in the gym every time they have a volleyball match this year. They've got the senior banners and then they've got banners for everybody. I like it. The fluorescent colors on the black.
Yeah, they're neat. Very neat.
Thomas on the serve. Hot Dogs down by 2. Make that 3 as this one sails a little long. Thomas will come out. Queen checks in. On the other side, it's Brett Knocker who comes out. Bella White back in for the Gophers. What a serve. You got to applaud the effort there from Zhang trying to go down and get it, but
it's just a great serve.
Swan has such a well-rounded game. I'm assuming she's going to play some college volleyball somewhere. I've not talked to Kathy, maybe not, but what position would you see her play if she did go to a NAIA D2, D3 type of school?
She doesn't have a ton of height. I mean, she really could play anywhere she wanted. I don't know that she does want to play collegiately. You know, sometimes when you've played your whole life, you just want to be a student sometimes, and there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, she could play for sure Division II if she wanted to. I just don't know that she's expressed that she wants to do that. If she does, she certainly could do that. at any Division II school that she wanted. I truly believe that. And she could outside hit or set or play as a libero. I mean, she really is the well-rounded package that could do just about anything.
15-9 here is the Gophers with their largest lead, up 6 now.
There's one thing I respect about Abby is in her 4 years of playing varsity, she has consistently done anything that her team has needed her to do.
Yeah,
and
she's been in a bunch of different positions.
Yes, and switched back and forth between those positions flawlessly. And sometimes in the middle of a season, an injury, and you ask her to go into a different position, and she just doesn't. And she is that athletic person who can do that. And there's not a lot of players who can do that. And Abby Swan is one of those rare athletes who can really step in any position she needs to.
What a block. Perez and White both there. And that was going against Rockhold. That's not just anybody across the other side of the net.
I'm going to be honest, it wasn't the prettiest block. They were too far off the net. Their timing wasn't great, but they got it done.
I don't know any better, so it looked good to me.
Probably because Rockhold swings so hard, it just came off hard enough that it made up for their errors. But it was, they were up and they were in front of her, and that will get in her head. That's what happens.
I love the effort from Harrington on the house play, diving, hitting the floor, and now doing a little coaching there on the floor from the senior as well. This timeout brought to you by the Frankfort Eagles, post number 976, where they've been serving the community since 1905. With over 900 members locally, the Frankfort Eagles offer something for everyone. For more information on who they are and what they do, visit FOE.com or stop by the Frankfort Eagles at 408 North Main Street in Frankfort. Again, tonight it's mental health awareness. If you or a loved one are experiencing thoughts of suicide, please call 988 for help. You don't have to remember the long 10-digit number anymore. Memorize the 1-800 number, just 988. It offers translation services as well as specialized counseling for veterans. So you don't even have to speak English or Spanish. It doesn't matter. They have translation services for you. If you are a veteran or currently enlisted and you're just having mental health struggles, by all means, reach out. They are there to help you.
Yes. One of the things we always worry about is our veterans and our active service members, and there are extra benefits for them out there and extra services. So please, if you are a member of our armed forces or a veteran, do not hesitate to reach out for assistance. There are more services for you than for anyone. So please reach out. You deserve it. You've served for our country, and we want you to get the help that you need.
Yeah, over anybody. In my opinion, they should be receiving whatever benefits they need after you've served our country and fought for our freedoms or just defended us.
Absolutely.
Frankfort finally stops that run here from the Gophers. It's an 8-point lead, but this is kind of around where maybe a little earlier in game one where the Gophers made their run. See if Frankfort can do something similar.
Prey had a really nice block again out there. And I think you see a rare hitting error by Lily Rockhold. I think those blockers get in your head.
Yeah, a little bit.
You get somebody in front of you making a wall. It does get in your head after a while.
Horn back here with the service error gives the point back to Frankfort. Yeah, I think, as you mentioned, they've been in the right position a few times. It looked like theirs. She had the idea of going around them and couldn't keep it in bounds. She is so fun to watch, though, Rockhold.
She is.
I mean, a lot of these players on the floor, I'll have to admit, that this has been one of my favorite seasons covering Clinton County volleyball. And I think it's because of the amount of effort that I see from the teams in the county.
Yes, and it's, every team in our county is competitive this year. It's really been fun to watch.
Yep.
Clinton Prairie up 21-12 now.
I mean, you look at Rossville, and they've got some names there with Addie Gorbett and others that play really well. I saw Clinton Central and Carly Davison is like we saw Jalen Smith earlier diving into the bleachers for
all the time.
Ball's just trying to keep them in play. It's just amazing. Wilson takes a page out of Swan's book and sees that opening there, drops it in. Now a 10-point lead for the Gophers here in game 2. We knew we were going to get a competitive match tonight.
We did.
And that's exactly what we have here. Frankfort took that first set 25-21. They led by a much bigger margin than that. Gophers were able to kind of close the gap. But Frankfort really controlled game 1 from start to finish. Game 2 here had been a much different story. And there's a block at the net. Abby Swan there, Brooklyn Morris there.
They're blocking very, very well on that right side or against the outside hitters of the Hot Dogs.
Brett Knocker. Little extra spin there. It sails wide of the court. Ashley Zhang comes back in. Well, it's Chloe Mowdy. Zhang will come in to serve. Swan, big swing, and that one's in. She uncorked that one for the game winner, 25-13. The Gophers come in and dominate game number 2 to tie it up at 1 apiece. We'll step aside when we come back. Game number 3 heads your way on the ISC Sports Network.
Running a small business. Your hands are full. We can help. FiberHawk partners with local companies by providing business-class internet, phone, TV, and customized bundles to meet your needs. Our fiber-powered system delivers reliable speed with enhanced security. Running a business is tough. Contact FiberHawk today and let our expert team give you a hand.
For the barn wedding of your dreams, you need to experience our country estate, where nature's beauty meets rustic elegance. Schedule your tour today at thewillowcreekbarn.com. Voted the Knot Best of Weddings for 3 years straight.
I brought you a present. A book.
Follow the adventures of the Ardente Dental team as they fight cavities, gum disease, and create beautiful, healthy smiles.
Inconceivable. Hello, my name is Dr. Snyder. You cause cavities. Prepare to die. Inconceivable. To make your smile look straight and fine, our braces per month are just $1.99. Inconceivable.
You keep using that word, I do not think it means what you think it means.
Have fun at Ardente Dental.
Welcome back here. Game number 3. We're all knotted up at 1 apiece. 25-21, 25-13, 1-1 evened out. Game 3 brought to us by Day and Ginda Funeral Homes, where they believe in putting family first. As active members of the community, they know that when dealing with the law, seeing a familiar face and being treated like family is important. Day and Ginda Funeral Home will serve your family in a unique and loving way and provide the care you need. For more information about the services Day and Ginda Funeral Homes offer, please visit dayandginda.com. Going back to our mental health topic and some of those discussions, just throwing statistics out there of things that were either sent to me from some of your staff or things that I found online. One of them, it says globally 1 in 7 10 through 19-year-olds experiences a mental disorder. Depression and anxiety are the leading causes of illness and disability among adolescents.
That is very true. And those definitely rose after COVID. The isolation that was with COVID definitely did not help. And so many times people don't get help, right? And it's years and years and years before they get help for those conditions, from the onset of symptoms until they get any sort of treatment. And so we have to realize adolescent brains aren't completely developed until the age of 25 at the earliest. And so they're more susceptible to mental illness. So recognizing those signs and symptoms in your teens and getting them the assistance they need is vital.
Yeah, I lost one of my really good friends growing up, was on my baseball team every single year. He made a very quick decision that turned into a permanent solution for what was a temporary problem. And that's always stuck with me my entire life. There's actually been quite a bit of suicide as I've grown up, just different people that I've known or knew of. And it's so sad when that happens. It really is, because things always change. You know, I look back on my life, and there's times at 45 that I feel like I've lived 4 or 5 different lives, and I wouldn't get to keep experiencing some of these different highs that I keep
lows.
Getting into.
Absolutely.
You know, had I not fought through some of those low periods, and it changes like the season. You know, you have 4 seasons for a reason, and it's like that in life. You know, you go through seasons. It's important to try to stay mentally sharp, mentally tough.
Absolutely. And you know what? Everyone has highs and lows, and there are always times of despair for everyone in their life. Everyone has those lows, but there's always tomorrow, and there's always hope, and life can and will change. You just have to fight through those hard times and get the help that you need.
You see a back and forth battle here in game number 3. It is 1-1. Definitely want to credit the effort from Abby Swan a moment ago. She went head first into the band area. She about ate one of those music stands.
She did. You know, all these players giving 110% tonight. These are those county rivalries that you never want to lose.
Good grief. Bella White put a smack on that one, and Queen did a great job, 1, defending her face there, and 2, putting the ball in play.
Up. Yeah, absolutely.
Smith mistimed it there with Keck. 3-1 Clinton Prairie. Both of these coaching staffs were kind of discussing amongst themselves before they went out to the tunnels to have a discussion with their teams. I saw Coach Rushton kind of pulling her 2 assistants down here, and discussion kind of like what happened there. And then Kathy Martin saw something and was trying to get the Coach Wilson's attention. She grabbed her by the shirt and pulled her over and started pointing at the clipboard. So they're intense. They're fired up tonight. And we get an early timeout here in game number 3. We want to tell you about FiberHawk, now available. FiberHawk fiber internet, super fast speeds, no more buffering, perfect for all sizes of business. FiberHawk offers every speed to meet your internet needs. For more on offerings and availability, go to fiberhawk.com or call 765-922-HAWK. Fast, affordable FiberHawk. FiberHawk, one of those independent telcos that kind of rebranded, became FiberHawk, and they have been putting fiber everywhere. A good friend of Mulberry Telecommunications, and we meet up with them in a lot of places and just trying to make sure that everybody has access to high-speed broadband.
As they need to and should.
That's why you see both of us sponsoring this, because Mulberry Telecommunications sits in that Clinton Prairie demographic, and FiberHawk runs right through Frankfort. So there you go.
There you go. You were mentioning about the 2 coaches earlier. Here's 2 coaches who highly respect each other, have both been coaching in this county for several years now. Kathy at Rossville, then at Clinton Prairie, Kia here at Frankfort for many years. So they've been working together, on summer programs and, all the alumni game and, for years now, and have great respect for each other and each other's programs.
And that's awesome to see, because everybody wins when the coaches can get along and cooperate and bring the groups together like that. I love it. And you know what's really cool about both of them? They're both coaching at their alma maters.
Yes,
right?
They are.
They both played for the schools they're coaching for now, and that adds that little extra desire. Coach Rushton on that made a state finals appearance for Frankfort back in the early to mid 2000s. When Heather Boots Hayes was the coach here at Frankfort. Now the coach at IU Kokomo, as well as the athletic director over there. And I think IU Kokomo likes Frankfort athletics because their basketball coach is a former Frankfort hot dog as well.
Absolutely.
Eric Eckelbarger. After the timeout from Frankfort, they've responded. They trail by just one. I take that back. They have tied it up here. I'll tell you, Rockhold's got to be kind of tough, too, because every time she gets a big kill, somebody comes over and slaps her real hard. They kind of push her around.
She is definitely a tough volleyball player.
I think she enjoys it. It tends to fire her up a little bit. 6-5 as Frankfort's back in front by 1. Obviously a very pivotal game 3 here. This is not one you want to drop. Both of these teams want to take this because you get so much of that momentum advantage.
Absolutely.
Leading 2-1.
And Rockhold with 3 aces in a row here.
Starting to dial it in is Rockhold. That one just out. Good call. You heard the communication there from the Gophers. Taylor Hornbeck now serving for Clinton Prairie. White does a good job of tipping that one and then getting it out of the net. Smith goes to Thomas. Thomas right down the line, hammers it home. Again, more of the fire from Frankfort. Harrington comes out, Keck checks out, and comes Zhang. I believe Mowdy checked in as well. Just as I told you I was getting the rotations down. I was questioning myself there for a second.
Did.
This is one of the better nights of volleyball on our network that we've had this season. 2 teams playing really well. That one just in. Officer Jake Myers pulling a little double duty here tonight, helping out as the line judge on this side of the floor for game 3. I believe the other gentleman on the other side is Kelly Harrington. My eyes are not as good as they used to be, but I believe that's who it is.
That was a nice up, actually, by Campbell Carter. Somebody should have picked her up there.
This portion of our broadcast brought to us by Sandra Myers Law, dedicated to providing top-notch legal services to clients in Tippecanoe County and surrounding areas. Call 838-8700 to schedule a free consultation today. She'll help you with any of those services you see on the screen. And that is Kelly Harrington. I just needed him to zoom in on me there for a little bit. It's always good to see the parents of players out here on devoting their time. We come back here with the serve, 10-6. Frankfort leads by 4. White brings it across, and then Frankfort unable to get anything significant on that one to keep it alive. Brett Knocker checks in to serve. White comes out.
Which moves Swan to the front row for the Gophers, which has boded well for them tonight.
On the serve, goes to Wilson. Wilson punches it over the top of the block from Smith. McAtee with a nice diving effort there. Could not get to it in time. 10-8 now your score. You know, from the very first serve of the game, actually even before the game started, the student sections have been into this one.
They have.
Making
it's been
noise,
exciting.
cheering.
It's been an electric environment to here tonight for sure. Great serve.
Mowdy that time couldn't get it over the net. All tied up at 10. 4 straight points for the Gophers. And then Smith gets the kill across. No, they call her in the net. No argument there from Smith. I think she'd look to see, did you catch it? Did you catch me?
It was a pretty tight pass. She didn't have a lot of choice there. It was a good job by Prairie to be up blocking. They were aware that she was going up there. Nice block again.
Wilson hits this one into the net. All tied up at 11. This one has that old county rivalry feel to it this evening. Good block. McAtee there that time.
They did a good job taking the line from Abby Swan because she has just been drilling that line all night. But just unfortunately for Frankfort, it went out of bounds. They just turned that block in just a hair. Nice up.
I guess I missed that part. I thought McAtee had the good block there. They did give the point to the Gophers.
It went out.
Hot Dogs are in this point, though. We go back and forth. Little seesaw battle here.
You were right. It was a great block, just went out of bounds, barely.
Well, I would have given her the point for the good block is what I would have done.
And honestly, I think it's the first time they've even touched one of Abby Swan's hits all night. So if you're Frankfort, I think you count that as a win because you might get in her head a little bit.
We saw 3 Hot Dogs diving across the floor there. Trying to play that ball up. Go back to Rockhold. Carter sends it across. Queen to Smith. All knotted up at 13 apiece.
I think that's the only time I've seen Clinton Prairie not block Jalen when she jumped in the front row all night long. That's pretty good for somebody who always jumps sets, and it's the 3rd set in this match.
Harrington on the serve. Just out. Boy, I don't know that you could have put a piece of paper between that ball and the line.
It's pretty close.
Those are the ones when you're the line judges, you're like, I don't want to be here right now. Because I have to call this against our team, to be fair.
I honestly never went to line judge.
No. It's like being the umpire at first base on a bang-bang play.
Yeah.
No, thank you. 15-13, the Gophers with a 2-point lead. Abby Swan heads to the service line. It's always fun when we do these, partner, too, because not only is Frankfort and Prairie represented out on the floor, but they're represented up here in the broadcast booth as well. You're a Gopher yourself. I'm a Hot Dog.
This is true. I am a little outnumbered up here.
Just a little bit. I feel like I've got some reserves with the Hot Dog TV network. These guys got my back.
They do.
McAtee serves this one across to Carter. Carter Campbell, that is. Campbell Carter.
Campbell Carter.
We're in game 3. 16-15. They go back after Carter again. Pays dividends.
I think Frankfort just got away with an illegal line there too.
Coach Martin takes a timeout. She wants to talk things over as Frankfort erases what was a 2-point lead and now has a 2-point lead of their own. You know, in Indiana, I looked this up today because I wanted to see where, as Hoosiers, we ranked. And right now, the national average for suicide deaths by population or by 100,000 in your population is right around 14%. Indiana's at 16.4%, which puts us right in the middle. We're ranked 25th out of 50 states nationally. And so I love the fact that you're doing this. Healthy Communities is doing this because it brings awareness, and it's just obviously we have to do more, right? Everybody's got to do their part, and you don't want anybody to be the worst state.
Right, exactly.
But as Indiana being in the middle, you've got room to improve.
We do have room to improve, and because we're a largely rural state, our resources are minimal. We definitely have provider shortage areas that a lot of other states don't have, and so we have to do things like this to increase awareness and decrease stigma. And so having things like these mental health awareness games are key to decreasing those numbers. We're not like some of these states that have a plethora of resources and mental health centers around every corner. That's not how it is where we live. And so we have to do prevention work and we have to do stigma reduction. So that's why these things are vital.
I love it. Again, it's a cause that's near and dear to me. So when you came on as a sponsor a few years ago and then you introduced this idea, I was 100% on board with it. I think it's amazing.
It's been great. It's caught on. Mental health games, we started with volleyball because, I help you commentate volleyball. Kathy Martin, the coach for Clinton Prairie, works for me at Healthy Communities, so it was just a natural sport. But now we've done probably 10 different sports, and we've done schools outside of Clinton County, outside of the state of Indiana now. Yeah. We've done not just high school, but also collegiate games. So it's really exciting how it's caught on and spread and, raising awareness, like I said, not just in this area, but in other states, and not just at the high school, but also at the collegiate level.
19-17 your score. The cool thing about tonight, too, is we put on a mental health awareness broadcast. I'm sure viewership is up because of the two teams that we've got on the floor, and then we're getting such a great game.
Yeah.
It's almost like we have a volleyball game going behind our infomercial right here. But look at this, 20-17 Frankfort, now 21-17. Rockhold
is a serving machine this game.
Here in game 3, she has turned it up a notch.
She has. She wants to win this game 3.
Broadcaster Jinx gets the best of her there. I know that I looked over kind of at your scratches there. You were keeping track of kills, and she had like 4 or 5 in the first game. Mm-hmm. Game 2, a little more quiet. And then in game 3, it's not what she's doing at the net. It's what she's doing behind the service line.
It is.
And now an ace here for the Gophers. That one off the fingertips of Harrington. Swan with the set. Wilson. Thomas there that time. That's where that opening had been earlier. They go to
nice.
Morris. Brooklyn.
Nice couple digs by Natalie King and by Taylor Hornbeck for the Gophers.
Just a 1-point game. King on the pass. Wilson sends it across. Now Frankfort. They were ready for Jalen that time. McAtee and Harrington, miscommunication there. Timeout taken by Coach Rushton.
Not happy with that miscommunication.
(21-21) tied up here in game number 3. Both of these teams with a game apiece. A pivotal. This is where, again, the advantage always seems to go to whoever wins game 3 and gets that 2-1 lead. I would favor to say they probably go on to win 85-90% of the time.
Probably, and right now you have a game to 4, right?
Yeah.
You got 21-21. You do have to win by 2, so Right now this is very, very pivotal.
This is a good measuring stick game, I think, for both of these squads because Frankfort has played so well this year, and we've seen the Gophers have their moments, and tonight is one of them. Coach Martin has to be extremely pleased with the effort she's getting tonight from these Gophers.
Yes, this is more consistent than they've been.
And I know Coach Rushton may be a little upset with some of the just small mistakes, but her hot dogs have played well.
Yeah.
This is just a great matchup tonight.
Yeah, because like we've talked about, when Prairie plays well, they are good. It's just the inconsistency that we see with them. Bella White with another kill at a key moment.
22-21. Gophers in front by 1. Thomas. Swan there. Wilson.
Probably one of those things we don't mention, but Swan in the defense, just fantastic over there on that right side.
Wilson with the miss hit there, ties things up at 22 apiece.
It'll be interesting to see who they serve here. Campbell Carter struggled a little with passing in this game 3.
Zhang sends it over. They go after King in the back row. Smith to Thomas. What a great effort. Carter
Great
sends
defense
it over.
again by Swan. Tip.
Smith that time able to sneak it between the blocker and the net.
And that's all right. They were up on the block. Like I said, they've read that very well all night long.
Zhang. That time it was headed towards Carter. Go back row to Rockhold. King on the dig. Swan making sure they're awake on Frankfort's side of the net. Thomas off the arms of the blockers. Point for Frankfort. And now game point. I love to see the coaching going on too. I just saw Coach Rushton go over to Harrington and kind of console her and say, come on, we're fine. She was hanging on to that miscommunication point.
Oh. Frankfort might have got away with one there anyway. So
double hit.
Yeah.
Now Brett Knocker checks in to serve.
24-23.
Brett Knocker leads the team in aces coming in with 48 on the season. Not going to get one here. But the hit from Thomas too long, no touch.
And you have Abby Swan on the front row now, which you want for the Gophers, but she's still setting. I don't know that if I was Coach Martin, I would not have Hailey Wilson set and let Abby play outside.
Thomas. Last one was too strong. This one just right. Frankfort now with the advantage. You got to win by 2.
And now Coach Martin doing just what I said, letting Hailey Wilson set here and Abby hit on the outside, which is exactly what I would have done.
Swan. Quick set there from Swan. They come back to Wilson. Smith there. Zhang, what an effort. Wow, what a play. What a play from the Hot Dogs on that point. 26-24. Pancake save. That's sure to make a highlight reel. 26-24. Frankfort takes game at number 3 and now lead 2-1. We'll step aside when we come back. Game 4 heads your way on the ISC Sports Network.
Frankfort Eagles 976 has bingo every Wednesday night. Early birds beginning at 6 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 7 p.m. Packets are $25 and includes every game you need to play. They also have Saturday Bingo the first Saturday of every month, with early birds starting at 4 p.m. and regular bingo starting at 5 p.m. Big game payouts each game with 3 to 4 chances to win different jackpot games each day. Great for individuals or groups because everyone enjoys winning lots of money. You must be 18 years or older to play.
Welcome to Trinity Hope Center. Here we are actively engaged in our recovery community with a multitude of activities including peer recovery coaching, a full computer lab, grief groups, relapse prevention, pre- and postnatal support group, educational workshops for family members with addicted loved ones, expungent workshops, parent cafes, Saturday pro-social activities, recovery walk club, book club, and even video game nights. For more information, give us a call at 765-250-1845.
At Tornado Roofing, we provide a complete range of services defined by quality, innovation, and expertise. We offer free estimates, have financing available, and handle insurance claims. Tornado Roofing is more than a name. It's a family-owned and operated business known for its committed customer service and expectation of going beyond our clients' needs. Our work is backed by a customer satisfaction guarantee to provide you with peace of mind. For more information, visit tornadoroof.com or call 670-6440. At Tornado Roofing, we believe in putting a strong roof over your head.
Rondell Sims is a successful entrepreneur and beloved grandpa, in part because he's responsive and attentive. That also just happens to be what he looks for in a financial partner. And when it comes to his bank, Rondell is a farmer.
Welcome back to Case Arena. Again, what a finish to game number 3. Frankfort leads now 2-1. 26-24 was our final in that last one. And you're not going to see a much better play than Ashley Zhang made. And, man, I'll tell you, that was absolutely unbelievable, Laura.
It was. And it was one of those times like you didn't want anyone to lose that. I mean, it was so fantastic. And Ashley Zhang has to get credit for that. I mean, just fantastic.
Tonight's game number 4 brought to us by Davis Comfort Solutions, where they understand that your comfort is important, and they want you to be comfortable with every aspect of their service. Along with having a team of highly experienced technicians, Davis Comfort Solutions will strive to be your go-to when it comes to your home, your shop, or your business's heating and cooling needs. For more info, visit daviscomfortsolutions.com.
So it'll be interesting to see how Clinton Prairie bounces back from that, right? That's a heartbreaker. But that could have went either way, obviously. And if you're the Gophers, you have to bounce back from that quickly. If you want to have a chance to take this next game, I think you have to come out on top here quickly and kind of squelch that momentum that the Hot Dogs got. If you're the Hot Dogs, you have to do the opposite, right? You have to take that momentum and stay on top.
Yeah, put your foot on the accelerator
yep,
here.
And put
you
the
want to put the Gophers away if you can here quickly. The Gophers, I love your point. They need to do exactly that. That was an ace from Natalie King. Dropping it just inside the line.
And we saw her do that point after point the other night against Western. Just a very aggressive server.
Rockhold put some power on that one, and good hustle there by Campbell Carter. At least she ended up in familiar territory over there. She was right there with her own
her
students.
Own crowd.
Yeah, her own crowd.
Ooh.
King on the back row. Can't keep this one alive. 2-1 now, Frankfort. Both coaches up.
I don't think they've sat this whole time.
They have been in tune all night long, in between points, making sure that they're letting their teams know what they want, what they expect. There's a good shot of Morgan Harrington a moment ago on our screen. McAtee served too long. Good communication there from the Gophers. If you're just joining, a recap, 25-21 was our game 1 score. Frankfort took that one. Gophers really came out in game 2 and controlled it start to finish, 25-13. And had a nice bounce back game. And then game number 3, 26-24. It took extra points to get it done. Rockhold serve long.
Tonight has been worth your price of admission.
For sure. As a broadcaster, I get in for free, but this might have been one I would have paid for, right?
Absolutely.
Smith goes to Thomas. Thomas uses that left hand.
That was a beautiful set.
You saw her, Thomas right there kind of winding up with the right and then just tips it over with the left.
She could do anything she wanted with that.
Good, powerful hit there from Swan.
Abby Swan has been on fire tonight on offense. Well, actually on defense too. I mean, Abby Swan has played fantastic for the Gophers tonight.
Yeah, wherever she's found herself on the floor, she's been so consistent. That one hits the floor in front of Wilson's diving effort.
Yeah. Brooklyn Morse has to read that and get in front of her and put a block on that.
Smith now on the jump serve. McAtee on the kill attempt there. To note, 17, Aubrey Hirsch is in the game for the Gophers as well. First time I remember seeing her hit the floor tonight. She comes out here in game number 4. Now Hornbeck comes in for Morris. What a set there, too. Put that in the perfect place for Mowdy.
They are rough on each other when they get a kill.
I'd almost be scared to get one. But that's how you toughen up. That's why they're diving all over the floor. Those floor burns don't hurt after you've
That's why they have the pants on, right? That's why they have the pants on, because they're afraid they're going to knock each other over.
Great court awareness there from Smith to realize where she was at. Let that one go. Frankfort now with a 3-point lead. I don't think my knees have stopped bouncing this entire match here tonight either. Just a ball of nervous energy up here. Carter about came out of her shoe there. Timeout taken by the Gophers. 9-5 the score. This portion of our broadcast is brought to us by the South Fork Restaurant there in Mulberry. Dine in or carry out. The South Fork Restaurant is known for daily lunch and dinner specials. Fresh, never frozen whole catfish, hand-battered tenderloins, and award-winning onion rings. The kitchen's open Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 8:30 p.m. Come join them at 105 South Glick Street in Mulberry, or you can visit thesouthforkclub.com for the latest menu options. Again, a mental health awareness night tonight. 988's not just for you. If you know someone that needs help or resources, you can call it or text it yourself. Take care of a friend, a loved one, or yourself. Call, text, or chat with a 988 Lifeline counselor for help during difficult moments anytime, day or night, 7 days a week, 365 days a year.
I just called for someone else last week.
There you
and
go.
It worked very, very well. Sometimes people don't know when to reach out for themselves, but if someone reaches out to them, they accept the help. So it works very, very well.
You know, and sometimes there are things like divine intervention where you feel something pulling on your heartstrings, and it's there to say, you can assist this person, right?
Absolutely.
You help that person out.
I always say don't ignore those nudges.
For sure.
Aubrey Hirsch on the kill there for the Gophers.
Good to see that not only is she getting playing time here in Game 4, but she's making an impact.
Double hit for the Hot Dogs.
9-8. Smith goes to Rockhold. The wind up, White was there. Point for the Gophers. We're all knotted up at 9.
Bella White with another strong performance this evening.
Yeah, you always want your seniors to lead, and they're just getting more and more and more out of her, it seems like, every game.
I'll say one thing. The person after Rockhold in kills is Jalen Smith for the Hot Dogs, which is very, very unusual for your setter, and especially a setter who has 445 assists on the year coming in, okay? But Clinton Prairie has done a really good job of taking her out of the offense as far as kills. They've done a good job of putting a block up on her. In that absence, Justine Thomas has really stepped up and had a nice offensive game tonight. She's played really clean at the net, had several kills, very few errors. She has done a really, really nice job hitting outside opposite of Rockhold tonight.
Speaking of Smith, she went flying across the floor there, trying to handle that pass from Queen. The Gophers in front by 1 now, 11-10. Queen going to take a quick timeout here, tie her shoe. That serve into the net by King. And we are back and forth. Frankfort would love to pull away here and steal Game 4 and win this 3-1 tonight. Gophers would love to knot it up and force a Game 5.
Nice hit.
Wilson lets that ball find a home there. Gets the point back for the Gophers. Athletic Director Ed Niehaus just beyond our cameras there, behind the server of the Gophers. In what I believe is his 41st year. Tried to stop that one from going out in the hallway and couldn't get to it. Too much power. You can hear the super fan forest here tonight. Shows up to every home Frankfort event. Brings the intensity. And again, Rockhold has been so solid behind that service line tonight. Not to take away from what she's doing in the kill department, but man.
She's always helps them on the front row. But tonight, I think she has been as effective in the back row as the front row.
Yeah, she comes in as either third or fourth on the team in aces. But I would say tonight she's been one of the most effective servers they've had.
She has been, for sure. And I think blocking has been a highlight for Clinton Prairie tonight. I would say if that's one place Frankfort could improve their game, would be blocking. Their hitting is excellent. Their serving is good. Their setting, we've talked about how excellent it is. Blocking is one place that I think Frankfort could improve.
Abby Swan with the kill there, and man, Ella McEntee could not get out of the way of that one.
They need an injury timeout.
Yep, injury timeout going to take place here for the Hot Dogs, and it's so surprising that you don't see that more often. Girls do such a great job of getting their hands up in front of their face.
Yeah.
There was no getting out of the way of that one. You feel for Ella McEntee here.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I was talking there about the blocking. Like, it's the first line of defense, and it does help prevent injuries.
Good to see her back on her feet here. at Frankfort High School. They'll get a substitution in for her as they go make sure that she's all right.
You have to think that's a very short distance. That's no more than about 14, 15 feet. And that ball is traveling at a high rate of speed.
Yeah. One thing we don't have in high school volleyball that they have at some of the bigger levels is that speed that comes off the ball. Mm-hmm. And, my goodness, you see even in tennis, some of those serves come off the racket at 130 miles an hour. That was one of the more powerful hits tonight from Abby Swan.
And we never want to see anybody get injured.
No, not at all. Especially a player like that with McAtee. She's one of those, you hate to say unsung heroes, but she gets overshadowed a little bit because there's the flashy players with like Smith and Rockhold, but McAtee's one of those stabilizers, right? Where when you build a house, you got to have the foundation and you pour the footer, and you got to have all those things. They're the part that holds the house up. McAtee's one of those players here at Frankfort.
She is. She's a role player, right? But she plays her role to perfection.
Yeah.
Her job is to pass well and serve well, and she does both of those things. And she doesn't make errors. She does her job, and she does it solid, and that's exactly what they need from her, and she performs that day in, day out.
All tied up at 14 apiece. Swan.
In.
Kill there, and that one lands in. You get a substitution here. They're going to bring Aubrey Hirsch back in. King comes out. Coach Martin rolling the dice and going with Hirsch here in some crucial rotations. Mm-hmm. She's played well. Now they're just making sure, checking rotations here. Everybody's in the right spots. Now back to live action. Hailey Wilson on the serve, a crucial point, and that one drops in. Now a 2-point lead for the Gophers.
Hailey's been struggling of late with her serve, so good to see her with a few more aces and less errors this evening.
Queen handles this one. Free ball opportunity here for the Gophers. They go to Swan. Rockhold there. Boy, Swan's really dialing it up and going right at the chest of the defenders right now.
Nice play out of the net by Smith.
That one just long. We have a great vantage point from where we're sitting, and that was 6 to 8 inches too far. 1-point lead for the Gophers. Jalen Smith back to the service line.
I think if I'm Gophers, I might run Abby Swan out of the middle once here.
And they do. And she tips it across. It's like you've done some coaching before, Laura.
Maybe once.
I think that's why you're perfect for this role, right?
Maybe once or twice.
The color analyst is supposed to know the sport, and that's why I rely so heavily on you. That serve from Carter.
They just saw Abby swing and swing and swing and swing from that outside. Move her into the middle from that right side a time or two, and they're back on their heels like, where's she going to hit, right? Because they know where she's going to go from that outside. She's been drilling that line all night. Run her in a different position or a different set, a 31 or a shorter outside set, and you don't know where she's going to hit.
Help me understand how that call comes in. Is that something before the play that you're calling out a number?
Yes.
And that's where you want her to be?
Yes. And sometimes you'll change your serve receive because of it. Sometimes you don't, and you'll just cross after the serve receive. But she had several swings out there in a row that she didn't get a kill on. So make it look a little different and move her to somewhere else. Somebody like Abby Swan who has the ability to hit from many positions. There they moved her to the right side.
Good job by Hirsch.
Nice block.
And then a block in the middle. The freshman getting her done. Bella White comes in. Brett Knocker comes out. 18-17. Swan on the serve. That's just a good job of Frankfort getting a return there. And this
Just
one into the net.
scrappy.
Harrington comes in. Keck checks back in for Frankfort as well.
You know what I love there? Bella White, she's like, that's on me, that's on me. Honestly, that was not on her. That set was way too low. But Bella White, being that senior leader, she's like, yep, that's me. I'll take that.
Important to note, too, that one of the seniors, Daisy Santos Valdez, on the floor for Frankfort. Where's number 3? Queen comes out. Thomas comes in. Hirsch checks out, and King comes in to serve here for the Gophers. What a match tonight. Rockhold just has to send it over. Swan goes to White in the middle.
Tough angle there.
They set Rockhold.
Nice
the
block
there. This one just out. No.
Just in.
Just in. Timeout going to be taken here by Coach Rushton.
Another tight game.
20-18. The mad dash to 25. I have a feeling we're going to get some extra points in this one, too, as the way it keeps going back and forth.
Would not surprise me.
With going back to the mental health awareness night and continuing that discussion, we've seen increases. When you look at the statistics, it feels like it's affecting more and more, especially adolescents, teenagers. Do you think that has something to do with social media and everything being so right there now, where you've got Snapchat and the constant pressure? Every picture you take and you put online is critiqued. And
I do, because here's the truth. You can't escape, right?
Right.
Here's when we were teenagers, if we needed to get away, you just went home, right?
Sure.
But they can't escape now. They have constant 24/7 presence. People know where you are. They can get a touch with you. Everything you do is scrutinized 24/7.
Good point
and
there.
They never can get away. And you know, sometimes as parents, I teach parenting classes. I tell them sometimes you have to step in and intervene when your kids can't.
And it's not just one social media platform anymore. There's Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat. I mean, there's so many of them. And it feels like kids are constantly on their phone and they go from one to the next to the next. Close this one, see what's going on over here.
Well, and it's so much to live up to, right? I mean, the pressure is unrealistic. You know, that these expectations are set that are not really realistic.
Oh, that was wide open there for Wilson, and she couldn't keep it in bounds. I want to talk about White there for a second, too, because she somehow stayed out of that net. 21-20.
All tied up.
The ace here by Queen. What's at stake? If Frankfort gets to 25 and they're able to win by 2, this match is over. If the Gophers
nice
can get
effort
there, then they'll force a game 5. Another block at the net. Bella White once again. Love the effort there, too. I didn't see the player who made the diving.
Hailey Wilson.
Hailey Wilson.
Excellent block by Bella White.
Rockhold winds up. Swan can't get there. 22 apiece. And now for Frankfort, the girl who's been serving the best tonight for them, at least in games 2 and 3, is back at the service line.
This is very reminiscent of game 3.
Wilson and Queen literally imitates the Matrix right there and stays out of it.
And a free ball back to the Gophers.
Yeah. Swan sets middle. Good diving effort from Harrington. Now Thomas sends it over. Gophers just got to play it across. They go middle. Carter there. Swan tries a quick set. Back and forth action. That one tipped at the net and then lands in bounds. Timeout taken here from the Gophers, and I think Bella White
is injured.
Yeah, got a hand injury there. Maybe jammed the finger. Hopefully it didn't dislocate, but she looks like she's pulling at it a little bit.
It does.
24-22. What a fantastic night of volleyball. A big timeout and a huge point coming.
And if you're Frankfort, you're right where you want to be right now with Lily Rockhold at the service line. She has just been fantastic. She has just been fantastic. You know, we said at the get-go, Abby Swan and Lily Rockhold were the players to watch, and that has held true all night long.
It really has.
Not necessarily for Lily Rockhold how I thought. I thought it would be offensively on the front row, but she has been fantastic at the service line.
Crucial point, Thomas. Gophers able to keep it alive. And they earn the point, 24-23. Brett Knocker in to serve.
And Bella White definitely is injured.
She's playing through it, which is great to see. Showing some toughness and grit here tonight.
Nice dig.
What a play by Carter. These two teams leaving it all out here tonight. That kill into the block. Justine Thomas wins it for her team. 25-23. This is by far the best volleyball match that we've seen on our airwaves this season. 4 sets. Frankfort wins 3-1.
And you see the respect there. Kia Rushton, Kathy Martin. No losers tonight by either team.
Amazing effort. Both coaching staffs again sharing pleasantries and well wishes at the net. Two teams you hate to see either one of them lose. Congratulations, though, to the Frankfort Hot Dogs. What a fantastic night of volleyball here on our network. Laura, your final thoughts on this one?
Well, I don't think we could have asked for a better night of volleyball. I mean, that was just fantastic. Every point of every game was every player on the floor wanting to win, and that's what you want. I think we nailed it at the beginning, right? I mean, those players to watch, I would say Lily Rockhold dominated in that back row and from that serving line, and honestly, Abby Swan dominated in the front row. I had her down for at least 17 kills tonight.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You know, it's tough because you almost have to give Clinton County Frankfort Eagle player of the games here tonight And I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to say it. It is what it is. Our players to watch are our players of the game tonight. It's Abby Swan on one side for the Clinton Prairie Gophers in a losing effort, and on the other side, it is Lily Rockhold. And kudos, even our X Factor was a great call tonight with Jalen Smith. She was fantastic.
She was. I mean, really, you couldn't ask for better volleyball, and it shows the strength of Clinton County volleyball this year. Kudos to the Hot Dogs, congratulations, but also Clinton Prairie Gophers, great effort tonight. Great job, Hot Dog TV. You brought a great one tonight.
And I'll tell you what else we're going to do. We're going to talk about another Frankfort play, because this was from Ashley Zhang. This was one of the biggest plays of the night, and it's absolutely amazing that she's able to get to this ball here in just a moment. This was one of those volleys that went back and forth. It was a crucial point in the game. And you see right here, how does she even get to this ball to get it up? And then Thomas earns it, and that was the win right there.
She crawled to that ball. I mean, you talk about effort. She crawled to that ball. So maybe she wasn't the player of the game, but that was the play of the match.
That gave them the 26-point and sealed game number 3 for Frankfort, which was crucial, giving them that 2-1 lead. And then Frankfort comes out 25-23 in game number 4. We appreciate everyone tuning in for you. Obviously, Laura and Healthy Communities of Clinton County and all that you do for mental health awareness and all the services you provide to Clinton County and the surrounding areas. For all the students behind the scenes here at Hot Dog TV, for Laura Archibald, I'm Sean Walker. We appreciate you tuning in. We hope you'll join us tomorrow night as football kicks off on our networks all across the state of Indiana. Here locally, it's Western Boone at Frankfort. Make sure you tune in at 7 o'clock. Thank you and have a good night from Case Arena.
Tonight's game is presented to you in parts by the Frankfort Eagles. Post 976, they are people helping people. By Day and Ginda Funeral Home, proud supporters of high school athletics in Clinton and Carroll County. By the Healthy Communities of Clinton County, making the healthy choice the easy choice. By FiberHawk, fast, affordable FiberHawk. By the Farmers Bank, where you don't have to be a farmer to be a farmer. Let's grow. By the Willow Creek Barn, providing a picturesque setting for the barn wedding of your dreams. And by Tornado Roofing, specializing in residential and commercial roofing and repair.
Welcome to Trinity Hope Center. Here we are actively engaged in our recovery community with a multitude of activities including peer recovery coaching, a full computer lab, grief groups, relapse prevention, pre- and postnatal support group, educational workshops for family members with addicted loved ones, expungent workshops, parent cafes, Saturday pro-social activities, recovery walk club, book club, and even video game nights. For more information, give us a call at 765-250-1845.
The offensive source in this quarter. Brady, hello, has the first down. Smith tracks it down. Shot at the buzzer. Sideline. He cuts it back. Can he get to the goal line? Stankham looks for his man and fell from the seat of his pants. Makes the grab. Johnson gets by that first wave. Bounces it outside. Johnson into the end zone. Touchdown, Lawrence Central.